don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Drills still have a place to play in our sessions. But it's about getting the correct balance for your team, and you're the only person who knows your team. So I have a couple of take-home messages. If we have one or two questions at the end of it, I will certainly try and answer them. It's about working together. We're not pulling against each other. We're all in it for the bigger picture. Improve our hurling, in our club, in our school, in our academy, in our country. Always strive to be the best you can be. Enjoy the journey. That was an overview of our structures at home. The challenge for yourselves is to align the structures to suit your present situation. I firmly believe though every day we have somebody out of hurling, that's a success. It really is. For so many reasons. Sean's violence spoken with life skills. Skills, if a kid can hurl, I reckon they can do most other sports. And be open-minded. And finally, encourage practice, practice, practice. So lads, if you have any questions, I will try and answer them. But I would certainly like to thank you for your attention for that brief synopsis of structures and hurling development at home. Thanks very much.
About 3 or 4 minutes, so we can get a couple of questions if anyone has any questions.
As I said, if I don't know the answers, I will certainly try and find it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brent, I'd just like to ask, based on Antrim, how many games are under 16 in minor club player again? When does the season start?
At home?
At home.
Yeah, okay, so as I said, if you're an under 16 player, you go second level school in September, for example, right? You'd probably be finishing up the minor championship. You'd play 2 or 3 games at your school before Christmas. Now the under 16 player then has no hurling in second level schools until it goes back to the club. You start up, the league starts around March or April. You get roughly 14 games during the season, league and championship. Now, that's backed up then by your academy sessions, which is about 8. And as I said, they're specifically on a Wednesday night. They get 8 coaching sessions at the squads, they get about 4 matches. So a kid of 16 who's on the squads is getting probably about 20 games during the year. That'd be a ballpark figure. Does that?
Yeah, what about minor? Something similar? Or?
Yeah, and again, the Kenny's a rural county, so rurally you have a lot of under 16s at home would be on the minor team. The minor team gets about 12 games during the year. And again, it's a league championship structure. Okay. Again, with the second level schools and when they go into school, what we're trying to tidy up is that the fact that we're trying to finish the local championships by September. So when they get to the second level schools, it's an open season to work with the second level schools. Because they have their season from October until March usually. You know, so it's got to tie that up. So it creates less of a conflict if you have that system tied up. Is it perfect? Far from it. But that's what we're trying to achieve. So it's actually interesting just listening to Sean Byron. It's about the fact that kids are getting competitive hurling nearly throughout the year. You know, which is what they want, I think. Okay? Good.
I think myself and 2 club mates here, we're in a unique position, probably more in common with yourself than anybody else here. We're from Cavan, promoting hurling.
Okay,
more
right,
yourself promoting football. Else.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, you lead the way in the hurling skills and titles won and all the rest. What about does that imply the Kilkenny discipline within the county, within the club structures, within the games, competitions? You're leading the way as well, or the discipline of the players is top class as well?
I suppose the bottom line, everybody at home is hurling. So it's like Sean Byron's point that when you get the kids in from the club and they go to the squad, like messes and that are not tolerated. You know, so they're kind of weeded out at a very early age. We have a lot of second level teachers involved with their clubs too, so the discipline levels aren't issues for us, you know, at the moment. We're just fortunate in that regard. You know. But again, I'd say it all drifts feeds from the top, because I said the management committee are very strong in the discipline side of things, and so, you know, players know now that if they want to get into playing quotas, they basically have to start their lifestyle at 18 years of age. They have to behave properly and the rest of it. But the challenge is massive for us in football too. Well, as I said, there is a lot of football going on within the county, but it's to attract the strong players to it. That's a massive difficulty, and we don't have a solution to that. Is that anyway?
Yeah, it's just that discipline in Cavan and the hurling is one of our major difficulties.
And that's
there's very seldom a game of hurling Cavan that doesn't end up in a flare.
Right, okay, yeah. And that's a massive...
we can't really afford to weed out Of the culprits,
of
of the
course.
trying to feed teams.
Yeah. It's like the club level, the talented hurler in the under 16 team. He's probably very strong, but he mightn't be doing the work properly and all the rest of it. But yet, when it comes to championship, you still have to pick him. They're ongoing issues, and again, we would have disciplinary problems, but just fortunate that they haven't come to the fore in the last couple of years. You know. Yeah.
Do you run development squads for your footballing team?
We do.
How do they?
We'd operate them on Sunday mornings. And what we don't run under 15s because we wouldn't have numbers. In Leinster at the moment, you have to be 16 player under 16, right? But they've relaxed the rule for us, so we'd have an under 14 squad. We would get 35 and 40 kids attending those sessions, right? And it's under 50, we don't run a 15 squad, we run a 16 squad. But I was at primary schools, like in the primary schools, instead of teachers are GA orientated. From September to Christmas, they play about 12 games of Gaelic football. And I was at one of the finals before Christmas. And the standard was astounding. But what happens is, we will not get the stronger players to come in the squads. Now, we have been working with clubs for the last 10 years trying to get football squads up running properly. We were not happy with it because the clubs had no interest. And what's happening is the club coach is saying, you're not going off there. So we want to try and target the second level schools this year because the teachers would know the kids and try to get them in. But I mean, it's under 14 age level, we'd be competitive enough within the Leinster leagues. When it goes to 15 and 16, the kid who's strong in hurling is going to win hurling. It's as simple as that. We believe we don't have the population to accommodate both and league football.
Good, yeah.
We just don't have the numbers to field. No. Again, as I said, that's just the way it is. There's no.
So I'm going to have to call it a halt. Can I take this opportunity to thank Brendan Ryan? And if you just want to move on to your next.
Yeah.